Hi guys, I'm Amira. Welcome to this video lesson on how to protect yourself and your blog legally. Before we get started, here's a brief intro about me. I'm a lawyer, blogger, and business coach from Florida. You may have read about me in the guest post I wrote for Create and Go on how to protect your blog with legal pages. I love being a lawyer and working with business owners and entrepreneurs, so when I graduated from law school back in 2010, I spent years practicing corporate and business law, representing businesses and online entrepreneurs like you in a wide variety of legal disputes and transactions. And before I became a lawyer, I was a teacher, so I have been teaching business and legal skills and coaching entrepreneurs for over 10 years now. As a lawyer, but also a blogger like you, I understand how important it is to protect your online business creation and all that hard work and countless hours you put into your business. So today we're going to discuss how to protect all of that legally so that you don't end up making the legal mistakes I often see new bloggers making all the time. Many bloggers make the mistake of assuming that legal pages are optional on their blog, but they're not. You must have legal pages on your blog before you launch for so many different reasons, and we will get into all of those soon. So I have to start with my legal disclaimer. Although I am a lawyer by profession, I am not your lawyer. This lesson is for informational and educational purposes only. It doesn't constitute legal advice, and it doesn't establish any kind of attorney-client relationship with me. I'm not liable or responsible for any damages resulting from or related to your use of this information. All right, so we'll talk about disclaimers and what they mean later in the lesson so you'll understand why they're so important. Here's what we'll cover in this video lesson. We'll talk about the 6 big reasons why you need legal pages on your blog, the 3 legal pages you need on your blog and why. The first one is the privacy policy. The second one is the disclaimer, which includes your affiliate disclosures. The third one is your terms and conditions, also known as terms of use and terms of service. And then we'll discuss how to create legal pages for your blog and other helpful resources. So do any of these sound familiar? You know the legal pages on your blog are very important and required by law, but you have no idea where to start. You find the legal stuff confusing, intimidating, and maybe even boring. You're so busy working on your blog that you end up procrastinating, thinking you will get to the legal stuff later. You think lawyers are expensive, so you end up wasting valuable hours trying to write the legal pages yourself, but you're not confident in your ability to write the legalese. By the end of this lesson, you will feel more confident and knowledgeable about the law. You will learn what legal pages are and why you must have them on your blog. You will learn how to create legal pages quickly and easily to give you peace of mind and save you tons of headache, time, and money. So why do you need legal pages on your blog? The short and simple answer is to protect yourself from lawsuits. You already know that lawsuits are very long, very expensive, scary and intimidating, and can certainly turn your life upside down. So, without even going into the details, this reason alone should be enough for you to have legal pages on your blog before you launch and start your online business. But let's get into the reasons. Here are 6 big reasons why you need legal pages on your blog. Number 1, to comply with the law. There are all kinds of laws and agencies that protect consumer rights and privacy, such as the Federal Trade Commission. Then there's the California Online Privacy Protection Act. And there's the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Then there's EU's General Data Protection Regulation, which is GDPR. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. And other state and federal laws that serve to protect consumer privacy. I won't overwhelm you with the details of each law, but you do need to know that they require a privacy policy on your blog, along with several other important legal provisions in order for you to comply with the law and protect yourself legally. The second reason that you need legal pages on your blog is to protect your intellectual property rights. Now, all content on your website, including text, photos, logos, designs, posts, products, is your intellectual property, meaning that you own the rights to it and it's protected under copyright, trademark, and other intellectual property laws. Copyright law is a federal law that protects the authors of original creative works in a tangible form, such as protecting your writing, which is your blog post, for example, photos, music, art, videos, books, blueprints, drawings, etc. So you get copyright protection for your original work instantly, meaning the moment you create it, it's protected. It's not necessary to register with the US Copyright Office to receive this protection. The purpose of copyright law is to protect your work and allow you to profit from it while encouraging intellectual and artistic creation. So you get certain legal rights to control how others can use your work. Now that you know this, you should never copy anyone's writing or any work without seeking permission and giving them proper credit. For example, you cannot copy anyone's legal pages. So never ever steal or copy someone's blog post, images, or anything else that doesn't belong to you unless you want to be sued for copyright infringement and face some serious legal consequences. Now, what if someone doesn't know the law or is just being ignorant and copies and distributes or reproduces some of the work that you worked so hard to create and now just ends up using it on their website? Unfortunately, this happens a lot more frequently than you can imagine. And I see it happening all the time, including to my clients. So while having the legal pages on your blog doesn't necessarily protect copyright infringement, but it will protect you when it does happen. So if it happens, there's a two-step process that you can follow. Once you're sure that there's a copyright infringement, you can send what's called a cease and desist letter or an email to the infringer demanding that your copyright work be removed. A cease and desist letter just outlines your copyright rights, informs the infringer that they have violated the law and what legal penalties they now face, and then it gives them time to remove the content they copied or stole from you. Now, I've written thousands of these letters in my legal career, so feel free to grab my free cease and desist template. If you go to my website, aselfguru.com, and go under freebies, you will find the different freebies that I offer, and you can sign up for this one. So let me show you. If you just go to freebies right here, you will see the different freebies I offer, and you can grab this cease and desist letter template. And this has already helped a lot of bloggers, and it includes the legal jargon that you need. I decided to offer it for free because I see this issue a lot in the blogging world, and I wanted to help you guys. If after sending the cease and desist letter, let's say your copyright work is still not removed, then you need to send what's called a Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which is DMCA takedown notice to the infringer's internet hosting company, or basically anywhere where the infringement has taken place. You would file that notice with that company. So let's say if someone copied your blog post and used it on their website, then you would file the DMCA notice with that person's hosting company. Or let's say if it's a YouTube video that was copied, then you would file it with YouTube. So just as you can see now, that having the right legal pages will outline your intellectual property rights, and then it puts others on notice that your content cannot be stolen, misused, or reproduced in any way. And in most cases, the two options we talked about, the sending that cease and desist letter and then the DMCA takedown notice, will work instead of you having to spend the time and money to hire a lawyer. So the third reason why you need legal pages on your blog is to disclaim personal liability. You need legal pages to deny personal liability for anything you publish. The last thing you want is for someone to rely on the information published on your website and expect the same results and then sue you. What if the content on your blog is inaccurate, has errors or omissions? I'm sure you don't want to be legally responsible for those either, right? Now, a lot of people confuse a disclaimer with a disclosure, so let's first understand the difference. A disclaimer is where you deny personal liability. It's a way to shield you from lawsuits. Remember my legal disclaimer in the beginning of this lesson stating that none of this information can be construed as legal advice and that I'm not liable for how you use this information. So it serves you, so the purpose it serves is to protect you from lawsuits and legal liabilities. A disclosure, on the other hand, is where you disclose or reveal information that consumers need to make an informed, educated decision, such as disclosing the incentives or commissions that you receive for the affiliate products you recommend on your blog. Now, there are different types of disclaimers you need to have on your blog depending on your niche and what you're publishing, such as medical disclaimers, legal disclaimers, general disclaimers, affiliate disclaimers, and others. You would need to tailor your disclaimer to your blog's niche. So, for example, let's say you have a health and fitness blog and you sell a weight loss product about dieting and exercise. Without the right disclaimer on your website, someone can sue you if they take your advice and have some nasty negative side effect from dieting or get injured from your workouts. Let's look at another example, finance. Let's say you blog about finance and you're giving advice on your blog about how to make money online. You must make it clear that the information you're providing is for just educational purposes or informational purposes, because you don't want someone to later rely on that information and sue you because they implemented your advice on investment or something and lost a bunch of money. So remember, this can happen to any blogger in any niche. I just gave you a couple examples. This is why you must have the right legal pages on your blog, and always remember to have a proper disclaimer from day one so that you can be protected. The fourth reason that you need illegal pages on your blog is to disclose your affiliate relationships. Now, we just talked about the difference between a disclaimer and a disclosure, and we also talked about the Federal Trade Commission. So as part of protecting consumer rights, the FTC requires you to disclose your affiliate relationships for any third-party links you publish on your website to gain financial rewards, commissions, incentives when someone clicks on your affiliate link to make a purchase. Why do they require this? To ensure transparency, honesty, and to prevent misleading advertising. Ultimately, the goal is to protect the consumer. And you can read more about their guidelines on their website. In order to properly disclose your affiliate relationships in any cases of affiliate marketing, you need to not only have appropriate affiliate disclosures on your website, but you also need to have affiliate disclaimers to deny liability for the third-party affiliate links that you publish on your website. Same thing with sponsored posts. You must disclose to your readers that you were paid to write that post, and then you should have a sponsored post disclaimer. Now, in the United States, the Federal Trade Commission takes consumer rights very seriously. They regularly conduct investigations and bring lawsuits against companies for not following the rules. So let's look at some examples here. So I'm right on their website, and you can see that there are all kinds of lawsuits here for violations of privacy and security. There is an example here for Uber settling a lawsuit related to privacy and security claims. Then there is an electronic toy maker company that violated children's privacy law. Then there is Facebook even being sued for privacy violations. I mean, there's all kinds of companies here, and you can see that this is something that the Federal Trade Commission really takes very seriously. They also conduct audits and monitor whether you're properly disclosing your affiliate relationships or not. So here's a recent example where they reminded influencers and brands to clearly disclose their affiliate relationships. And they actually sent out 90 letters to influencers and marketers on Instagram, reminding them to clearly disclose their affiliate relationships. You definitely don't want to be one of those bloggers to get in legal trouble with the Federal Trade Commission for not complying with the laws. So make sure to have proper disclosures and disclaimers on your blog from the very beginning. So the fifth reason that you need legal pages on your blog is to explain your website rules. You need to be clear about what you permit on your website and what you don't permit so that the consumers know exactly what to expect when they visit your website. It's also important because you can take appropriate legal action if someone breaks your rules, and also nobody can sue you because the intentions of the information on your website weren't clear. So what you permit and don't permit on your blog, it includes things like, your lawful use of your website to prevent abuse, your right to terminate someone's use of your website, explaining your refund and exchange policies for the products or services you sell, and many more things, such as setting in the right age to comply with the children's privacy laws. And typically this kind of information is included in your terms and conditions page because they form a legal contract with the users of your website that you can later enforce in court if there's a legal dispute. So the last reason that you need legal pages on your blog is to protect user privacy. We already discussed how important that is and that consumers have a right to privacy. When you collect personal information from others, you have to inform them how you collect and use that information and in what circumstances will you disclose that information to third parties. And this is covered in the privacy policy page of your blog. Now remember, there are different ways that you're collecting someone's personal information, such as through cookies, the email opt-in forms when I subscribe to your blog, Google Analytics, Google AdSense, and others. The consumer has the right to be informed about all of these processes and so that they know exactly what to expect when they visit your website. So now you know why you need legal pages on your blog, but let's talk about what are the 3 legal pages that you need on your blog and why. So the first one is a privacy policy. So a reminder, you cannot copy anyone's legal pages unless you want to be sued and pay thousands of dollars. You must have a privacy policy to comply with the law. In fact, the privacy policy is so important that in addition to US, there's several laws around the globe requiring you to have it no matter where you reside. So some examples like GDPR, Data Protection Act in UK, Privacy Act of 1988 in Australia, and others. So what is the purpose of a privacy policy? It is to inform your visitors about what personal information you're collecting from them, how you're going to use it, and some examples of the personal information that you're collecting from your blog include names, email addresses, credit card information, when somebody makes a purchase from your website, address, phone number, date of birth, etc. Now, there are other ways that you're also collecting personal information from your blog, such as Google Analytics, cookies, ads. You need to be able to explain these reasons for collecting the personal information and that how you will use this information, safeguard it, or disclose it. You also need to include important GDPR compliance and visitor rights provisions to make sure you don't get sued for consumer privacy violations. You also need to include how you comply with the CAN-SPAM Act. So there's a lot of information that needs to be covered in a privacy policy. That's why it's important to trust a lawyer to handle this for you, to make sure that you are complying with everything. Privacy policy lawsuits. Now, online businesses are sued every day for not having a proper privacy policy on their blog. We already talked about the Federal Trade Commission, that they regularly bring lawsuits against online companies for violating consumer privacy laws. Some of the big ones include Facebook, Google, and again, you can visit their website where I was and look at some of the other ones too. And then to make your head hurt even more, the GDPR applies to you whether you're in the European Union or not. It's a privacy law that's put in place to ensure proper handling of personal data related to EU citizens. And there are serious, heavy fines for not complying with it, leading up to 20 million euros or 4% of your annual revenue, whichever is greater. So let's look at the examples. So if you just go to this website about the GDPR, you will see that on a high level, you can be fined up to 20 million or 4% of the annual revenue of the financial year, whichever is greater. On a lower level, up to 10 million or 2% of your annual revenue. So again, it's not enough to just have any privacy policy on your website. You need to make sure that it's the one that complies with all the laws and protects you legally. The second legal page that you need on your blog is a disclaimer. So we already talked a lot about the disclaimers. It basically limits your legal liability by informing your readers that the information on your website is as is, kind of like when you buy a house, right? It's as is. And it doesn't constitute, it also informs your readers that the information on your website doesn't constitute advice of any kind. It limits your legal liability for omissions, inaccurate information on your website, and you have to tailor your disclaimer to your specific niche, medical, finance, legal, whatever it may be. Or if you don't have a specific niche, then you need to have a general disclaimer, but either way, you need to have one on your blog. What to include in a disclaimer? Again, depending on your niche, your disclaimer can be general or more specific, but typically it includes content should not be construed as or substituted for professional advice. So it needs to have all kinds of legalese to limit liability. You need to disclose your affiliate and third-party relationships under the Federal Trade Commission. You need to deny responsibility for third-party links on your website, such as the ads, affiliate links, etc. An earnings disclaimer so that others don't expect the same financial results and sue you. Sponsor posts, product reviews, testimonial, disclaimer, etc. So the third legal page that you need on your blog is terms and conditions, also known as terms of use or terms of service. They basically refer to the same thing. Think of these as your website rules. They serve as a legal contract between you and the users of your website and can later be enforced in court to resolve a legal dispute. Now, most bloggers don't realize how important this legal page is until after they're sued, when it's too late. So the purpose of your terms and conditions is to legitimize your business, protect you from all kinds of risks and legal liabilities down the road. They cover important topics like lawful use of your website, such as no spamming or abusive content. This is where you describe your intellectual property rights. We talked about how important those are. This is where you explain the intended age of the users of your website, also how and where you will resolve legal disputes, permission to use certain materials from your website, and many, many other important legal provisions. So how do you create legal pages for your blog? There are 3 ways that you can create legal pages, and we'll discuss each option below. The first is hire a lawyer. The second is free legal templates. The third is paid legal templates written by a lawyer. So the first option, let's talk about it, the hire a lawyer. The first option is to hire a lawyer to professionally custom write the legal pages for your blog. This is a great option because it'll give you peace of mind knowing that your legal pages cover all bases and are in compliance with all the applicable laws. They're professionally written, they're trustworthy, reliable, but I don't have to tell you that this is not the most cost-effective option because not everyone can afford to hire a lawyer when they're just starting their blog and haven't made any money yet. It's very expensive to hire a lawyer, and you can expect up to $1,000 to have a lawyer write the legal pages for you, because any experienced lawyer is going to charge anywhere from $250 to $500 per hour. Even I charge $350 per hour just for an hour consultation. Again, any experienced lawyer is going to be in that $250 to $500 per hour range. So this option can be very expensive. The second option is to get free legal templates, but remember, you get what you pay for. And in this case, you get very deficient, very basic, unreliable, and not drafted by a lawyer legal templates. You don't even know who drafted these templates. There's no peace of mind that you will get after you get them. And I recently published a guest post where I audited the websites that offer these free legal templates, and I was shocked to see how deficient they were. And they also didn't contain the provisions that you need in order to comply with the laws, and that they put you at all kinds of risk of lawsuits. But even if I wasn't a lawyer, I still wouldn't feel comfortable trusting these basic generic templates and putting my business and all that hard work at risk, because at best, these free templates just serve as a reference guide. They're not comprehensive at all. So I really don't recommend them. The third option is the paid legal templates written by a lawyer. This is the best option because these are professionally written by a lawyer, but yet they don't cost you an arm and a leg. They're much cheaper than having to hire a lawyer, but at the same time, they're not generic. They're not deficient free templates. You get comprehensive, detailed, thorough templates that cover all your legal bases, giving you peace of mind. So, legal bundle for your website. I know we covered a lot of material, but now you know what legal pages are, why you must have them on your blog before you launch. As an experienced lawyer who's written thousands of these legal pages and contracts, I've put together 8 years of my legal expertise to create a very affordable and easy solution for completing all your legal pages within minutes. It's my discounted legal bundle that will help you with all the legal pages on your blog. What does it include? It's the only legal bundle you need to comply with the law and protect yourself and your online business legally. It comes with 3 legal pages that we just discussed, plus 9 bonuses. So the 3 legal pages or templates that are included in the legal bundle are your privacy policy template, disclaimer template, terms and condition template, and of course, 9 other bonuses. Now, the bonuses alone are valued at $1,175, and each template comes with 3 bonuses. So for example, one of the bonuses in my disclaimer template is an earnings disclaimer. But let's say you're not publishing any earnings or income reports on your blog yet. The great news is that when you do publish in the future, you don't have to look for this legalese or pay additional at that time. you can simply save the bonus template for future use. It's written by an experienced lawyer, me, and a blogger like you. I know what bloggers need on their website to protect themselves legally. And it's quickly and easily customizable. Instructions are included. So let me just quickly show you. If you go here to the bonuses, you will see this is what I was talking about. You get with the disclaimer template, you get a bonus with each template, but I'm just telling you about the disclaimer template. You get the earnings disclaimer, so you could use it later if you don't publish income reports right now. You get testimonials, product reviews disclaimer. You get sponsored post disclaimer. So even if you're not publishing any sponsored post on your website right now, you at least have it for future use. And you don't have to spend additional money down the road. So what other bloggers like you are saying about the legal bundle? Well, it's trusted by hundreds of bloggers and entrepreneurs for their online business, plus thousands of my clients that I've served over the years working as a lawyer before I became a blogger. This is so the most common response I get is money well spent, time well saved, or that this is the first best or good recommendation I've gotten that wasn't over $500. It's very true because my counterparts and other lawyers, I see them charging just starting from $500 to $1,000 for the same legal templates. But I am not doing that because, like I said, as a business owner myself, my goal is to make the legal stuff affordable and easy for you. My fellow bloggers also tell me that the weight of not having legal protection on my newish blog was weighing heavily on me, and I feel so free and have peace of mind now. You can also watch the video testimonials to see how great everyone feels after purchasing the legal bundle, and most importantly, they get done with their legal pages within minutes and they are thrilled about that. So if you just go here to my sales page, you can see the video testimonials here. Even Canadians have purchased it. A lot of actually international bloggers purchase it because you can easily tweak the templates with some additional provisions for your country, and then you can use them. And then you can also visit the testimonials page on my website where I have received tons of shout outs and awesome reviews of my legal templates, not just from the new bloggers, but also from the pro bloggers. And you can take a look at these to see that how helpful the legal templates have been for new and pro bloggers. So other helpful resources. There's another related blog post I have published, which is the 3 ways to legally protect your website, blog, and online business. It will guide you some more on all the topics that we've discussed. I've also published several articles on the legal side of blogging and protecting yourself. To learn more, just visit my blog's guest post page and you will see those articles. And then you're also welcome to join my Facebook group and become friends with me. So in my Facebook group, A Self-Guru Biz Blog Community, I share tons of legal, business, and blogging tips all the time. And this is the best way you can reach me and connect with other bloggers in the group. And let me just quickly show you. This is the 3 ways that the post I was talking about, the 3 ways to legally protect your website, blog, and online business. You can read this. It'll guide you some more on the topics we discussed today. And then if you go to the guest post page on my blog, you will see the link to my Facebook group. It's right here also. And you will see the other articles that I have written on the legal side of blogging and protecting yourself and your business. For example, this one, why every blog needs a privacy policy disclaimer and terms and conditions. This one, how to protect your blog with legal pages for Create and Go. The 3 legal mistakes most bloggers make. 5 legal tips for bloggers. So there's tons of helpful resources here that you could look into that would help you more. So in summary, you need a privacy policy on your blog. You need a disclosures on your blog. You need terms and conditions on your blog. You need all 3 legal pages above before you launch your blog. So look into my discounted legal bundle that includes all the pages above plus 9 additional bonuses, saving you tons of money, time, and headache down the road. You can also look into buying these templates individually, but because you need all of these on your blog, the legal bundle is the best value. And the best part is that you get done with all your legal pages in one shot, so you can go back to blogging and working on your business, which is a lot more fun anyway. So thank you guys for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this video lesson. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.